So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Second and 11. To throw, it's Murray. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Throwing now is Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Vikings are going to have it here. 32-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
That certainly does. If the offense goes out there, it makes it getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. Another carry, same story. Fourth quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The Vikings on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
Down. Steal. Check steal.
Andrew Booth making the tackle.
You know how we get focused at the end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Well, still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Robinson will try to pick it up, and he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Kyler Murray taking it in from the 20. And the Barons are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
First down 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The sack by Robert Quinn. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Second down and 8. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, they set the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 41 yards rushing forward in the ball game now on 14 carries. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of the season.
So for our visitors, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate food from all of the base. My ace boom goon, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm beyond Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. They should have cred with it. You either fight or flight, I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions.